Stacy, where were you this afternoon? How are you? Hello, Robert. I never get comfortable. Hey, Seth. Well, I said today, tomorrow afternoon is not going to be a lesson. I'm going to try to move it over to Friday at 1 p.m. Okay. Let me get my glasses. I forgot my glasses. Jesus. Give me 1 second. You guys been practicing those triplets I gave you this afternoon? It's important you maintain those levels. Okay, there you go. How you doing, Paul? Joseph, how you doing? Okay, for Joseph, Stacy, and Paul, this is what we did this afternoon. We took the 8th note triplet. Dennis, hello. And we counting the 8th note triplet, 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, look at the hands. 3, 4. Now, like I said to everybody this afternoon, this was part of my first lesson with Joe. And it had to do with the levels, and there was an explanation of the levels after this. And what we did was we did one measure of playing the 8th note triplet, accenting the 1, 2, 3, 4, and shifting the accent to the and of the triplet for 4 beats, then going back to then going to the da of the triplet for 4 beats. So there was a 3-measure sequence here. The first measure, the accent was on the first beat of the triplet. The second measure was on the second beat of the triplet, and the third measure was on the third beat of the triplet. Okay, now I count the triplet as we all know, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So I'm just going to do the first guy first. 1, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I maintained the levels. Now, after I do the first one, I'm going directly into the second measure. So I'm at 4 and da. Now the level is going to be in a different place. So it would be 4 and da. 1 and da. 2 and da. 3 and da. 4 and da. Then 1 and da. 2 and da. 3 and da. 4 and da. So I do that over and over and over again. Okay? Hello, Mr. Mante. All right. And I just keep a nice groove or tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3, I do that for, 10 minutes or whatever. With the metronome, I set a comfortable tempo where I have control of everything. I know I maintain an equal balance with the triplets. I know that the first measure it's on the downbeat, the second measure is on the and the fourth measure is on the duh. So I have a tempo I find that I have total control of everything, where the downbeat is, the upstroke, and the tap, okay? So I work on that over and over again. And what I've done, like I told everybody, I'm working on two more books at this time, which are the Syncopation Formulas, and that's not in there, but the accenting the triplet is, where we accented only the first and third note of the triplet because we're playing the line swung. There's also an explanation of cut time, and I broke down everything with playing the jazz pattern on 1, 2, 3, 4, hi-hat, heel, and toe, and my ride cymbal, and I'm playing what's on the line with my left hand, and it's all written out, okay? And the other book I'm working on in bits and pieces is a Rudimental Breakdown, and I'm trying to cover the 40 rudiments, and so far I have 28. And on the Syncopation book, I'm trying to make it 180 pages, which I can go over. So right now I'm on 120. So sometime next week, those two books will be completed. Now, if any of you guys are purchasing any of my product, please, if you're going to purchase a book, go to my site, hit under products, hit either the Tommy Igo or there's another icon that takes you directly to Hudson Music and go shopping, guys. Okay? All right, so that was this afternoon. You guys been practicing that. Also, Old Dog sent me a video, man. That guy, he wants to go ahead. He's doing fine. You know, and when you send me the video, I critique it. And I see what has to be done, or what I see that you should correct. So in essence, that's helping me help you. So Paul, you're next. Mr. Mante. Stacy, can you make a video yet? Dennis? Okay, so now, I was talking to, it was on Facebook. I go on Facebook here and there in the course of a day. And there was a post in the Art of Drumming group from this gentleman from Australia. Guy had a nice set of hands, he really did. And he did study with Joe. He had a handful of lessons, so he says. And he took a few lessons, and he demonstrated something. And I just, like, very professionally talked to him a little bit about it. And the exercise he was doing was the quarter strokes or half strokes, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what we do now is we vamp with the left hand, because we ended with the left hand. What I'd like you to do, to add on to that, instead of going 1 and 2 and vamp and the eighth notes, we're going to do 16ths. 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now, he ended with the left, so he cut that out. He went 4, E, and, duh. Then he began the second one. So I told him, I said, why don't you use a turnaround? And he asked me what a turnaround was, and I explained it to him. Yes, I would really appreciate that. How you doing, Jim? It actually makes it better for me to see. I mean, there's nothing like, you're playing it, you're going to be performing on a drum set or a snare drum. Yeah, make it on a snare drum. But for critiquing it, I could see your hands. And I could hear a consistent sound. Okay? Anyway, that's what we did this afternoon, and we did, I think it was formula number 3, where we made the right hand equal left hand. So we had 1 and 2. That was the first line. Line 3, 2 rights, 2 lefts. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on and so forth. Then we took it to this drum set, and we made all the R's equal the bass drum, substitution, and the lefts remaining on the snare. So we got this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we played it against the jazz pattern. Is there any questions on that? Okay, no questions. Joseph, what you should do, all right, is I can't send the hardcover to you, only the PDFs. You should want to buy the Stick Control Formulas PDF format. I could send them to you tonight. Just send $25 to my PayPal account and I will send it to you. I found out how much it cost to send the hardcover out of the United States. Just to send it to Germany, it cost $40. That's ridiculous. Old dog, how are you, sir? Nice video. And you're really getting that half stroke and the full stroke. But I see you don't mind me critiquing you in front of everybody, do you? If you do, I'll do it in private. You know, the object of stroking is from the wrist. 2 different sounds. But what I've noticed, what is HIOD? What is that? What is that? Oh, dog, you have the motion correct, except your arms are a little too stiff. You're too regimented. You look like you're in the Army and I'm a general and you're a private and you're trying to be cool. Just relax. When I stroke, my whole arm is relaxed. I come down from the wrist, yeah, and I bring it up from the wrist. But behind me, my arm is not. See, when you come up, you're getting a strain in your arm. I'm going to critique you. What is video pending? Is that for you, Stacy? Okay. Well, you did real good, old dog. Just keep it up, man, but just loosen up the arm. You know, your formation is totally correct. But what I see, you're sitting fine. That's not a problem. Your posture is okay. You're comfortable. But when you're coming down and you're coming back up, it looks like, you know, your arms are glued to the side, which is okay, but you want to loosen it up. Total body relaxation. Well, you don't have to move the arm to be relaxed. You don't have to see what you're doing when you're playing that way and you're stiff. You're going to create tension. You don't want to do that. Look, here's when I strike the drum, I strike it from my wrist, but the back, my whole arm is totally relaxed. Ah, see it? It's relaxed. And what I see with you is you're like this, which the motion is correct, not a problem. All right, but the arm has to move somewhat. You have to be relaxed. What I said the other time that you threw the left hand at me is you did a downstroke, which was fine. Then when you came up in slow motion, you came up, but you also move the arm up like this. That's what I was talking about. I'm waiting for Jim, Mr. Special Guy, to do a video for me. Okay, Jim? Is there any questions on what we did this afternoon? And we take all the accents and drop them up on the right-hand accents on the floor, left-hand accents on the small tom. Now, how are we all doing with the paradiddle formations that I sent from the Charlie Wilcoxon book, Permutating the Accents? We're playing the accent on the paradiddle on 1, 2, 3, 4, then moving it over to the E, and then we move it to the E and then to the 1E, and to the and. How are we making out with that? And Morello's book. Yeah, loosen up, man. Have fun. Otherwise, man, everything was fine. You understand the tap. When you're tapping, you're going like you're touching something like it's hot. I just dropped the stick. Let the stick rebound. It's going to rebound naturally. See that? You're like, you see the difference there, old dog? That's what I do take the time out to watch the videos. That's why you send them to me, so I could help. You don't want to keep doing something that's going to hurt you. All right, everybody has the PDF on the Charlie Wilcoxon paradiddles. The 1, 2, 3, 4, the accent, then all the E's. Do we have that? Oh, it's not difficult to create. First off, Jose, here's the statement. But once you speed up, it's difficult not to create tension in the arms. That is totally false. I don't know where that comes from. For me to pick up the tempo, I have to be totally relaxed. And let me demonstrate a little bit. Oh, come on, chair, seat, whatever you want to call yourself tonight. Hey, hold on, guys. I got to move these drums out a little bit. I'm going to take the drum pad off, and we're going to do on the drum set. See, old dog, when you're playing tense like that, the motion is totally correct. There's nothing wrong with the motion. Seth, you don't have what? Seth? Oh, the PDF. I'm going to play eighth notes like that. That's relaxed. My arm is not tensing up. I'm relying on that rebound. I'm controlling the rebound of the drumstick. You see that, Joseph? Everybody's working on those diddles. All right, you don't have the sheet there, Seth, so that's because we did this before you came. Okay? Let me do the first two so you could understand. The paradiddle itself with the accent on the first stroke is down, up, tap, tap. That's the first movement. Now the second movement, instead of playing the accent on 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to shift the accent over to all the E's. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the motion is going to change. All right? I start instead of a downstroke. That's where my accent is on the first guy, but on the second guy, my accent's on the second stroke of the paradiddle. Let's do it in quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you see I bring up the 4 because now I'm in position to attack the up and coming accent. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We all understand that? You understand that, Seth? Dennis? I don't know if it's a diddle fun PDF, but we're moving the paradiddle around. That's the one. What is similar to the stick control book? You understand it, Paul? You have it? Jim, you have it? You understand? It's the sticking. No, Seth. The first two guys we're doing is right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left for the whole measure. And the same thing with the second measure. It's the same thing, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. However, for the first time we're doing it, the accent falls on the first note of the paradiddle. On the second one, the accent falls on the second note of the paradiddle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you see how relaxed I was there, old dog? You see, by tightening up the side of your arms and gluing them to the side, you're creating tension. And you're going to choke the sound on the snare drum. So if I'm tight, I got 1. If you're going to go 1 and stiffen up, when you bring the stick up, I notice you're bringing it up. So when you bring it up, there's extra motion or movement going on with the right hand. And that muscle movement is going to create tension. All I do is just tap. I drop the stick. And I stop it from going any further than that. It's nice and loose. See it? All right, so the first guy, the accent's on the first stroke of the paradiddle. Okay, the second guy, the sticking pattern is the same, but the accent, instead of being on 1, 2, 3, 4, now it's going to go turn over to all the E's. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Get it, Seth? Now we're not after speed here, we're after relaxed motion. And if you allow the stick to do what it's supposed to do when you put it in position, the sound will automatically come. No problem. Do we understand that? If you understand the first one and the second one, I will go to the third one. So I need some interaction inside of this chat. You get it, Seth? Paul understands. Dennis, Jim, Joseph, old dog, Stacy. We all understand? So we understand the first movement on 1, 2, 3, 4, then all the E's on the second one. Now, we're going to take the third one. I call this the third one. I don't know if it's the third one on the sheet or not. But now, we accented the 1, 2, 3, 4, then all the E's. Now this one we're going to accent the double, or the duple, the and the. Or if I do it in quarter notes, it's going to be 3, 4. So, my starting position for that would be this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, see that? Okay, now you notice there's no pre-motion. And everybody understands what I mean by pre-motion. I'm not being stiff, I'm being relaxed, but I'm looking not like a robot, but a military. That's a better term. Watch. 1, E, pop, pop. 2, E, pop, pop. Let me do that one again. 2, E, and da. Hola. How you doing? All right, so you have the first one. Second one. So on and so forth. All right, I just want to cover that basically. I'm going to try a set. I'm going to try to send you the sheet on that one, okay? Marcio, do you have the sheet? Joseph, do you have the sheet? Does everybody have the sheet, for that matter? If you don't have the sheet, email me. Okay? Now, I'm going to drop one more thing of triplets on you. Instead of playing 8th note triplets, we're going to play 16th note triplets. So, 8th note triplets are only 3 notes spaced equal between the quarter notes. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Or a lot of people count 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Old dog, you see how that's coming down? 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, boom. No tension. Okay. Now, I don't like to count it that way because, and it's not incorrect to count it that way. If that is comfortable for you, go with it. The 16th note triplet, you're going to have to double the triplet. So here's the 8th note triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to play the 16th note triplet. Now, to get into it if you want, to make it even, count 1 triplet and triplet, 2 triplet and triplet, 3 triplet and triplet, 4 triplet and triplet. It's a lot of counting. Okay, so once I feel that, your bass drum's on 1, 2, 3, 4. If I counted 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for each count I got a triplet, no accent. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Do we understand that count? What happened to my computer? There you go. Do we understand the 16th note triplet count? Okay, how about you, Seth? Marcio, old dog, Joseph, Paul, Dennis, Jimmy, Mr. Mante. So now I'm going to be dropping down 16th note triplets. 1 and 2 and 3. I can play them much faster than that, but for why? But do you understand it? Now, just if you sit there and play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's all you need to do for this next exercise until you get it going on. So, we're going to go to the stick control book and look at line 1. And we're going to reference off the stick control book, and we're going to eliminate. When I say reference, I say, all right, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and is right, left, right, left, right, left. And it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I say, all right, let's find where we're going to put accents with the 16th note triplet. So if I eliminate all the lefts, the right hand goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm going to play underneath that 16th note triplets. However, on the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to play an accent. So I have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Now before you attempt that, try to feel. I could give you an easier way to get into it, but it's going to screw up the concept. Try to feel the 16th note triplet like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Get that going on, and just drop the accent on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, now the second one. Where's the accent going to fall? What count? I'm eliminating the lefts. Where's the accent going to fall? Waiting for some response. Mr. Mante. Mr. Mante, could you make me a video, please? I would really appreciate that. You too, Marcio. Marcio. We understand that. Now, my question to the group here, if I'm referencing off of line 2, I eliminate the lefts. And underneath that, and I'm referencing as the rights are the accents, what count does the accent fall on top? There you go, Paul. There you go. So now I did the first line. 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to do the second line. So I have 1 and 2 and 3 and. We get that? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom. And then we go to the third line when we're referencing off the page. The R's are the accent. So the accent is going to fall where? What counts? Who gets a present? Come on, tell me. Paul, you got that one right. So if you know where it is now, Paul, don't answer. Let the other guys answer it. Where does the accent fall? What counts? I'm counting 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and boom. We'll get this one going on line 3. Then I'm going to show you an easier way. No, that's the ands are 1 and, Seth, is fine, and 3 and. Paul, I said stay out of it. All right, old dog, not the ands. That's line 2. All right, let me give you a different way. That's one way, all right, to approach it. You should. That's actually the end, the finished product, until you get it faster. But if we take the right, left combination and bring it down. When I say bring it down, instead of thinking, and this is where you're going to get confused, but you need to separate it. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to say the first right is 1, the second right is the second left is 2, the next one is 2 is a left, 3 is a right, and 4 is a left. So if I played eighth note triplets, and I thought about line 1 like that, I play my accent on 1 and 3. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the. It's an easier way to conceive it. I go to line 3, I look at the right, that would be 1, 2. The left would be 3, 4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Would that be easier for you guys? Which 1 and 4, Robert? Time out here, Paul. All right, well, there's just 2 different ways. And you can have a whole lot of fun with them. Just stay on a few lines. You feel good with it. Say you want to make a maneuver from line 1 to line 2. You're still thinking of it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Hang out on one surface. 1 and. 1, 2. Line 2. Now. 1 and 2 and. Hey, you son of a gun. That's too loose. Oh, I'm getting old, or I am old. 1 and 4, right. Anyway, let's get back to that line number 2. The triplets falling on the ends. The accents falling on the ends. So what I do, you have to watch. If I sit there for 5 minutes and go 1 and 2 and. When you do that over and over again, you're getting the feel for it. Use a metronome. Then you go to line 2 and do that for another 3, 4, 5 minutes. Now notice the bass drum, it's on quarter notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now, you did line 1 for 5 minutes and you say to the timer, yo, wake me up after I finish. Huh, just kidding. So you go to the next one for 5 minutes. Then you challenge yourself, do line 1 into line 2. You know, you want to do it for a period of time so you get the feel. Once you get the feel for this guy, you want to start adding additional voices. All the right hands on Mr. Floor Tom Tom, all left hand on Mr. Small Tom Tom, okay? See that, Joseph? I played it fast, I didn't tense up. So you have now, nice and slow. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, line 2. 1 and 2 and 3. Called practicing, not showing off or performing. You're feeling the movement. Any questions on that? You could do the whole page if you understand it. If not, it's just something to I guess, break the monotony. Now, where did Jimmy go? He's on his widescreen TV watching something else. Jimmy! That's okay, Robert. All right, so Seth asked if I'm still doing those weekend drum camps Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I am. When I don't know because of the virus thing and, you know, we're all locked in our house or lock in or whatever you want to call it. But Seth is going to be coming, and so is Jimmy. And that's because they're close by. Jimmy's in Massachusetts, Seth is in North Carolina. Now, Stacy, I don't know what your schedule is. If you'd like to come on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll all get together, all three of us. I'm not going to go any more than 4. You're right here's? All right, Jimmy. Do you understand the triplets, Jim? Okay. All right, Jimmy, I believe you. You understand the triplets. So, Stacy, how's that feel for you? One Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 12 noon to 6 p.m. You're in Virginia, or where are you? Virginia, right? Yeah. You're imprisoned. Paul, sneak out. Hijack a plane and come to Newark Airport or Kennedy. How's that sound to you, Stacy? Now, I would ask Robert, but he's too far away. Joseph is in Europe. So we have two. We need one more to make it really, really fruitful. I mean, I'll do 2, 3, but the most 4. Okay, it's time for me. Now remember, tomorrow afternoon, I am not doing a broadcast. I will do a 7 p.m. And I'm going to try to move over tomorrow's missed lesson to Friday afternoon, and everybody agreed with that. Stacy, you still there? Young lady? Any questions on tonight's lesson? Okay, I guess there is a big delay. Okay, 14 people looking and only 7 people are in the chat. Okay, that's okay. For those who are not in the chat, it is really better for you to get in the chat because you make new drum friends here. Ask questions. That's what this is all about. All the time. Anytime you're not on the lesson, you should be practicing. The only time you should be not practicing is when you're having dinner and when you're sleeping, or when you're doing a few other things too, a little bit of a break. But anyway, Stacy, you still there? Joseph, you should purchase, okay, the Stick Control Formula book. And what did you think of the Kevin Hall? How are you? Why didn't you ask questions? Being that we have a few new people here, Jimmy, put my mail in there, please. Thank you. If you want to get on my mailing list, just email me, and I will add you to my mailing list. And the lessons are here Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. If you're on my mailing list, if there's any change in time or location, I can send that to you. Plus, if there's any additional PDFs for the lesson, I will send them to you as well. Thank you, Jim. Where did Stacy go? Well, that's what you want to do with Stone's book. That's what it's all about. Everything in that book comes from George Lawrence Stone's book. That's what exclusively is. I can send you PDFs in your mail. And you get 180 pages. All you have to do is go to my PayPal account, send $25 as a gift, and I will send it to you. 180 pages. It's not exclusively with the Stone book. This is what the Stone book is. It's an expansion of the first 3 pages, and then some. Kevin, where are you from, Kevin? The lessons are 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Tomorrow there's no 1 p.m. Okay, everybody? You already own the stick control formulas, Joseph? Okay, good. So maybe we can count you in. We get something organized, Stacy. We're at the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It won't take you long to drive up here. Cooperstown. All right, that's New York, right? That's the Baseball Hall of Fame guy. Oh, you're living in Austin, Texas now. Okay, fine. That's where you're from, and you're living in Texas. That's good. Virginia, you're from. All right, well, Stacy, Seth, and Jim. That would be a good, if you would get one more, that'd be better. But 3 is fine. You know, we have 3 people in here. This is how it works. You know, we'll sit and warm up on the drum pads. We'll talk about the stick control book. I have 2 drum sets up. We'll exchange 4s, nice and easy. Everyone is going to critique everyone else in a positive manner, and we all get better. All right, next time is 1 p.m. tomorrow, not tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 p.m. tomorrow evening, 1 p.m. Wednesday. Okay? All right, I'm going to have to say goodnight. And I hope I kind of helped everybody tonight. Any questions before I hook up? Okay. Hello from Ken. How you doing, Ken? Where you been? Ken, you're on my mailing list, correct? So Kevin, email me, and I'll put you on the list, okay? Yeah, Eastern time. Paul, practice. Okay, I don't have to tell you. I know you practice. Okay, guys, we're going to have a good time tomorrow evening. All right, we're going to get on the drum set again instead of the drum pad. I think I should start every Monday on the drum pad. We'll see what happens. Okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow evening, 7 p.m.